allows them to also death ball and hit an early timing if they want. So depends what direction TNC goes with the rest of their lineup.
I think it might be more likely they just fourth pick some life stealer, to be completely honest. I think they have a really high value on the hero. And once you have AA, I just think, especially when you're playing against OD, it's just nice to have. I could see it, but if they're going to Huskar, it's going to be last pick. And I don't think you want to pick that with no real save, especially against OD. And something we really haven't discussed is an item that, you know, fell off a bit, but Spirit Vessel is still a thing. And it has made a lot of like these alchemists, the Huskar types. And it has made a lot of like these alchemists, the Huskar types, like they're not necessarily unpickable.
It's like a bonus. You don't draft for it, but it's like a bonus thing to have.
It was like when we were in Bucharest, there was a place where the Uber driver wouldn't drop us off because the taxi drivers would occasionally like wait there and like beat them up. And that's what the disruptor can do.
Oh, Visage.
Good pick.
Good HOD hero.
And as always, Liquid has this. I don't know what to call it, like a creep hero, minion hero, something that has some helpers, some little friends that buys Helm of the Dominator. And I think that that's just a key hero in drafting right now. And the teams that don't have one, you can sort of see it, and they often suffer. I mean, we saw last game, you know, Vici playing a good game, but they have so much single target. There's a Broodmother, kind of just takes over the early mid game for free. And even though I thought they played excellent, they were always one or two poor team fights away from just losing a Rax in the game.
It provides some element of vision as well. It's good against the first 3 picks of TNC, right? The Disruptor just gets destroyed by the familiars. Obviously, the OD is very annoyed by them, and the Sand King, you can't really Sandstorm, or you can be disrupted as well if you're trying to Epicenter with the birds around.
I'm not sure if I like the tiny pick. I think it's actually super weak against Visage. You just get Solar Crested at a point and take so much damage. It's the same with Underlord AA. Like, you damage amp because you have such status resist. Obviously stuns can't really stop you, but when you're walking through fire and AA vortexes, like especially considering, you know, vortex is like a slow that lasts on the ground, so you're always affected by it. It's not something that's targeted, and you just take so much damage that the fact you have status resist doesn't matter. And it's going to be a core for sure, I think, unless they core the Sand King.
It's a carry. No, it should be a carry tiny. Yeah. Very likely.
But I hope it's an offlaner then, because they need some Raven hero to do some serious work. I'm not quite sure what it is here.
Yeah, they've run this before as a 4, haven't they?
Mm-hmm. The other thing that you say about the kind of a minion HOTD is it always gives Liquid a good Roche timing.
Yep.
And we've seen that just like key their pushes so often, right? And with Visage especially, the Roche can go down very quick, especially as a core.
And you can see, like, you watch enough of Liquid games, and they have a bit of a template for when they really look strong. And in previous patches, this Visage would have been a Lycan. And in previous games, it was the Veno, and it was the Furion.
Keep out the light sometimes with the Aghanim.
With the Beastmaster. And it's all about, as you said, Jack, allowing them to control the tempo of the game and get objectives. It's all about Roche. It's all about towers. Once you have those, the game sort of plays itself, and you put yourselves in a position where you make a good fight happen, and you're getting a Rax. And the enemy team takes that good fight. Instead, they get, what, a tier 1, maybe a tier 2? Like, it's not as crippling. They ban out the Jug. I think that that's a good choice, just because it would have been impossible for their Underlord to really lane against that. They ban the Lifestealer on TNC. I think that choice is excellent. I don't know what they go for here. You could do something really YOLO. Pick like a Spectre or something. But you have really limited tower push right now. You could go for a Lycan, but I don't like that hero in this game.
The Jug ban tingles my Huskar senses even more.
Why? Huskar owns Jug.
Well, if you can stay alive against the magic damage and Omni Slash when he's low, no save. We'll see.
We'll see. You know, if Huskar is picked by Liquid, I will resign my title as Orikyle, and we will make you, like, I don't know, I'll come up with something.
Jackile. No, it doesn't work.
There's still a Lycan left in there as well, right?
Oh, they did this once before and it worked. They're just all in. The ET, I guess it's a Sand King and a tiny core, and they're gonna just smash people. That's the strat from TNC. So we'll see how Liquid responds to this. But I mean, we saw this before. If TNC plays well, they have so many stuns and so much catch that they can just sort of crush people. As Tiny with that tree Elder Titan with the briefcase there. Rather intimidating. Liquid with 1 second to go.
Faceless Void. You may now select your heroes.
Your title is safe, Kyle. It is a Miracle Void.
They have a lot of follow-up damage, but I'm a bit worried about the laning phase. He's gonna be up against the Elder Titan and the Sand King, and he's a melee hero.
Tough lane.
It's AA Void Underlord though. I don't know if I've ever seen that that those 3 heroes lose.
But TNC does have a way to win the game. They just need to crush the lanes, and they have really, really strong lanes out. That's possible for them, and just run away with the game.
Okay. Jack.
Feels a bit ult dependent. I feel like they took a page out of LGD's book because these are the heroes that LGD used against them yesterday. But it feels a little bit slow to me, so I actually like TNC with this game.
Okay.
Same goes for me. I think they're going to be able to smash the laning phase and just run away with the game with the Elder Titan.
See, production's already ahead of you, Carl. It's fine. They have your back. They're supporting you through your tough time.
It's Void Underlord. What are you guys on?
We already know the outcome. Oracle has predicted it. It shall be. Therefore, Liquid advance on to Virtus Pro. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back very... No, I'm joking. Let's head to the arena and find out whether TNC can make it through to face Virtus Pro.
Thank you, Paul. Here, arena side, it's Lecoq's back in action for our final best of one. And for one of these two teams, it's also going to be their final best of one, Liquid versus TNC. Now, panel, a little split. Obviously, Kyle not feeling the TNC smash, grab, and rush lineup. Feeling that Liquid have just too many big names and big heroes on the squad. Lacoste, I want to know your opinion on the drafts.
Yeah, the TNC has a lot of burst damage. This is the aggressive lineup, the same style that they've been playing throughout the DAC, but I'm afraid that they don't have enough tower damage. They want to take the fights. They have a lot of stuns, a lot of control. They also have a good save for Chronos in a Faceless Void. Like, they can just send him back with the Glimpse. You have OD's Astral, so they will try to focus OD in the Chronosphere. I like Liquid's lineup a bit more, I gotta say. Again, they are looking into maybe not the 20-25 minute the classic Liquid timings, but they are looking strong. So they have a good lanes, really. I expect Tusk to help Underlord on top. He's not the hero that can be left alone.
Doesn't seem to matter though. This freaking big guy always, whatever game it may be, I always feel like I see Underlord struggling in the laning phase. He can go 0-5 and then later on just suddenly turn it up.
Yeah, I'm a bit afraid for Miracle on the bottom lane. He is Faceless Void against the 2 melee heroes, one of them being Elder Titan with the Stout Shield, so he's gonna harass a lot. So you have two of them have Stout Shield, so that's gonna mitigate a lot of right-click damage.
So do you think Liquid are just going to have to take this one on the chin and deal with the laning phase as best as possible? Do they risk rotating over the extra support and leaving Underlord alone, or do they do some sort of full lane swap-arino?
I think Gah will rotate to the bottom lane after maybe a level or 2 on the top lane. He will need a support on bottom.
And pull out that third eye. We got tri-lane action to scope it out right now. Matama Man's Visage to go toe-to-toe against Armel's Tiny in that mid lane matchup. Top still going to be GH and Mind Control, dealing with Raven and Cuckoo. And of course, as already talked about, Miracle going to have to put up with the dual melee Caustic briefcase combo that TNC bring.
Yeah, Visage was kind of in problem because Tiny cleared the whole creep wave at his tower, got all the last hits, and push the wave back to the Visage tower, and the Visage is not the best last hitter.
No, certainly not. He's going to try his best to at least pepper down Armel as much as he can, but obviously little Tiny's got that tree. He's going to mollywop down some creeps, pull in some extra bit of last hit action. So it certainly goes without saying that this is mostly on TNC to have a successful laning phase to continue to hold that momentum all the way through. Otherwise, Liquid are just going to play with the clock and pull out a lot of what we even saw from like Vici Gaming in previous matches.
Yeah, definitely. Underlord is that fuel that they need. They have a good counter to an Underlord. I mean, OD, one of the best heroes against those beefy cores. But seems like this patch really favors, and how game is played at the moment favors Underlord.
You think there's a chance we could even see some possible nerfs come in the near future for Underlord? Is he getting kind of to that point?
Yeah, could be. I mean, his super late game is extremely strong. A Trophy Aura level 4, 40% physical damage reduction against those heavy right clickers in the late game is just way too much.
All right. Bottom we have a Spirit flying through. Here comes the brief.